Greetings, I'm Zach, and today I'm doing another physical media unboxing for you, although it's also a review as well. Now, I will put the spin on it that it is a slightly more negative review than I would perhaps like to do on this particular release. But basically, this all came up for reasons that may later be apparent, that I went to revisit this movie. I had it on the shelf in 4K, and I thought I'd give it a watch, basically just to refresh my memory of it. Anyway, so what I'm talking about is the 4K edition of The Running Man, obviously starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, this is an absolutely fantastic 80s movie, but the whole reason of this particular unboxing review, whatever you want to call it, today is on a slightly negative note because of this release itself. Now, what you will notice on the top of this is it does say, this is obviously 4K, 35th Anniversary Edition of The Running Man. Now, you read that and just think, wow, for a collector, that's going to be packed full of special features and commentaries, etc, etc, etc. That you're basically going to be completely overwhelmed by all the bits and bobs on here that you could just dig into whenever you felt like it. But unfortunately for this release, and I really don't know why they called this a 35th Anniversary Edition, other than obviously it probably came out 35 years after it was originally released. But with such a bold title, you would expect there to be a decent amount of bonus features on this release. I mean, even some 4K releases we got now, a lot of them have the Blu-ray on it as well. This one, it does not. So let's start off by opening it up. Obviously, a very nice slipcover. Just the plain 4K disc, literally no booklet or anything to that regard. But features-wise on the disc, the big reveal here is the fact that as soon as I put it in, menu screen comes up. It's just got play and like chapter select and things, and there were no special features on this particular release whatsoever. Now, I did a bit of research into this, and there was a DVD that came out. I'm not entirely sure when, but the DVD version of The Running Man, obviously it's going to be of a lower quality than, of course, the 4K, but it had 46 minutes worth of bonus features on it on this particular release that I looked at, and that can be quite readily available and easy to get. So my big thing here is, if the effort can be put into the DVD release to add in that much bonus features, why on earth, on a 35th Anniversary Edition, would you not include that? Even if it were on a Blu-ray disc on here, that would have been at least some kind of, like, happy medium here. Because it just seems like it's a lot of wasted potential and they're trying to sell something more than you're actually getting from this release. So I don't really know the thought process behind this release. It was probably a let's get it restored and out there onto the market as fast as possible. But it does kind of feel a bit of a letdown now that I've basically looked into this, because the special features are out there, but they just couldn't, who made this? Paramount. They just could not be asked to slap them onto a disc for this release, which is a great shame, because this is actually a really, really good movie, and I am a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and this in recent years has certainly by far gone up in my appreciation when it comes to Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. So it is a great shame that the bonus features aren't there for me to enjoy, because it does mean I am going to have to pick up the DVD, and I don't necessarily want to do that just to pick up the special features, but it's like I feel as if I'm missing out if I don't have those. I don't have the option, so it is a bit of a conflict in my brain. But I am happy that I have got the 4K. But it does feel like a bit of a cheapskate way of getting me to part with. I think this was probably £25 to £30 when I bought this, because I'm pretty sure I got it basically when it actually came out. So it is a great shame that the bonus features aren't here, because I did want to kind of dive into those in recent months. But anyway, picture quality wise, great. Bonus features wise, pretty bad, terrible even, because they are non-existent on this release, and I'm quite upset about that. I'm quite kind of distraught that on a 35th anniversary edition they weren't included on this release. I don't know if anyone else shares this opinion on The Running Man, but it is a great movie, and I would really like to see the bonus features on it at some point. But obviously with this, I'm not going to be able to unless I pick up the DVD, so that's a bit annoying. And I don't necessarily want to part with the 4K, so it is a bit of a conundrum, especially when it comes to like the questions of storage space and things. So anyway, a bit of a rant over there with that particular unboxing. If you share my thoughts on this particular release, I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments. Are there any other instances where the bonus features are almost deliberately absent from 4K releases? Because if there are, I would love to be advised as to where I could potentially just go with the Blu-ray, maybe even the DVD. I don't really want to sacrifice quality, but if the trade-off is the loss of the bonus features, I would probably prefer to go with the Blu-ray. I do believe I do have the Blu-ray version of Total Recall that was remastered a while back as well, somewhere along the line, so maybe I'm going to have to basically take a look at that, see if it's got the bonus features on there or not, comparatively to this, in the future. But that would be fun to pick up the 4K as well. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.